Good morning everyone. Once again I am here to take your as usual English literature class. In my last class I had already started a new chapter with you, a new topic, Marie Curie, a Radiant Life. I hope you all remember it well. So today I am going to begin with this new page with you on the page number 35. Before I begin this new page, let me suggest to those students, those who have not followed my two videos which I had uploaded earlier, in which I had explained the two different pages of this chapter. You are suggested to follow those videos too, so that it would be easier enough for you to understand this continuation part of this page 2. So here I begin the very first paragraph of this new page. If we remain the proprietors, we could have a fine laboratory too. Marie Curie as well as Pierre Curie, both of them thought if they were able to become the proprietors of this newly developed radium, proprietors means the owner of this newly developed radium, they would be very successful enough to have a good laboratory for themselves. Mary's gaze grew fixed. Initially, Mary became very thoughtful regarding this matter. Physicists always publish their researches completely. She thought, in general cases, physicists are found to be publishing their researches in details. If our discovery has a commercial future, she thought, if the discovery of radium which they had made, if it had a commercial future means a kind of source of income that it would give, if such type of future that it would make, that is an accident by which we must not profit. She believed that it would be only like an accident, because she did not believed that she would like to make a very big profit from it. And if radium is going to be of use in treating diseases, even more, she thought that if the radium which they had discovered would be used for the treatment of various kind of diseases, it is impossible to take advantage of that. Then it becomes more and more difficult for her to take advantage of that. How she could take advantage of such a discovery which she had made for the development, for the welfare of the human beings, for the poor people. The radium which she had discovered, which she thought that would be going to be very useful for the treatment of the disease, for the people, then how she could make a big profit from it. That is why that she thought that she is not going to make a very big profit, even though if this discovery of radium is going to become a very good income of source, a commercial future that it is going to make for, that she is never going to use it in a different manner, in an advantageous manner for her personal life. This is what she believed and this is what she thought, isn't it? Having decided, Perry and Mary headed for the woods on their beloved bicycle. By this much of their thoughts and the views exchanged with each other, then both of these two decided to go for a bicycle ride. In general times, in occasions, they used to go for bicycle riding. Now also they thought to go for a bicycle ride in their beloved bicycles. They liked bicycles very much. They had chosen forever between poverty and fortune. They had already decided that poverty and fortune, that they are going to live with it forever and ever. This is what they had already decided and had chosen to. In the evening, they came back exhausted, their arms filled with leaves and filled flowers. When they came back after a long bicycle ride in the evening, what it was found? It was found that both of them, their arms were filled with leaves as well as beautiful flowers from the different parts of the field where they had visited. So this is what we come to learn here in this particular paragraph, children. On 10 December 1903, the Academy of Science of Stockholm announced that the Nobel Prize in Physics for the current year was awarded half to Henry Becquerel, half to Monsieur and Madame Curie for their discoveries in radioactivity. A very big announcement it was made. On 10th December 1903, the Academy of Science of Stockholm had made such announcement And what was the announcement was for? And the announcement was made for a kind of award was to be given to certain people, those who have been successful in different fields, in different field of their discoveries, like Henry Becquerel, Monsieur and Madame Curie. The awards it was going to be given to them for their discoveries of radioactivity. Okay, in this way, Marie Curie was also chosen, one of them, to be awarded the Nobel Prize in those particular time in the year of 1903. So this was a very big achievement for whom? Especially for Marie Curie. The Nobel Prize meant 70,000 gold francs. In those times, when anyone was awarded the Nobel Prize, along with the prize, there was certain monetary award also was there. Almost 70,000 gold francs also was going to be awarded to those people, those who were awarded the Nobel Prize. There were loans to be repaid to Prairie's brothers, Mary's sisters, donations to scientific societies, gifts to students, and to a childhood friend of Mary. In this way, they had a lot to pay. First of all, there were loans to be paid to Prairie's brothers. So much of the loan was there. Maybe because while developing the laboratories, they might have taken a loan, So at that time, they had not sufficient enough money with them to make laboratories, so they might have taken a loan. In this regard, Prairie had to pay back those loans to Mary's sister. Mary also, she had to pay the loans to her sister. Donation to scientific societies. They also had to pay donations to the societies related to science. Gifts to the students. They were also supposed to provide gifts to the students too, and beside that, and to childhood friends of Mary, and she also had to give certain gifts to her childhood friends of Mary. Mary also installed a modern bathroom in their little house and repapered. Along with this, Mary also had installed means she had also made a very small bathroom, a modern type of bathroom for herself in her little house, and repapered. She had also covered the walls with the beautiful papers with it. A shabby room, and it was looking like a shabby room earlier. Now with this, it was now well decorated, but it never entered her head to make the occasions by using a new hat. But even though she had lot of arrangements, she had to perform a lot of settlements, she had to take care of a lot of the things to look after, even after getting such a award, but she never thought for own self. She never thought for her own requirements. Even she did not had a proper hat to wear, very old fashioned hat that she used to generally wear. It was not in her mind yet that she also required to have a good hat for herself to wear, which she never thought at all. This is what we come to learn here, children, that how far she had dedicated her life for the welfare and the development of the others only. She did not bother for herself. Instead, she looked after for others. She took care for others. She thought for only for others. Not only Mary, Mary's nature was also the same. This is what we come to understand here in these various paragraphs of this chapter, children. Now, let us go ahead towards to the next paragraph, children. Keeping away from the limelight, Mary soon resumed the routine of school and laboratory. Even though after getting such a prestigious award of Nobel Prize, she did not like to keep quiet. Means she did not like to come in limelight. Means she did not like to come in the highlight. Okay. Rather, she preferred to continue her daily routine, as she used to go to the schools, she used to perform the various laboratory works as usual. Towards 2:30 or Thursday 19 April 1906, a sultry rainy day. So it was the day Thursday and the date 19 April year 1906. It was a very hot and humid day, and it was rainy day too. Prairie left the university. Prairie had already left the university after completing his work. Attempted to cross a road accidentally stepped into the path of a heavy tray. So in this way, Prairie had already come out of his university and he was just trying to cross the road, okay, and by chance with an accident he happens to step into a path which was generally it was for heavy tray. Heavy tray means tray is a kind of low flat horse drawn vehicle used in the past for carrying heavy loads. Such type of path it was where heavy loaded such type of carts used to be plowing in such type of track that unluckily in an accidentally manner Prairie happens to step in, okay, in such situation and lost his life in a flash. Because of such type of accidental case, Prairie happens to lose his life there itself, children. A very saddening news. After the funeral, the government officially proposed to award Mary a pension. After the funeral ceremony of Prairie was over, the government had made an announcement, given a proposal to Marie Curie that they wanted to give certain pension to Marie Curie. Okay, she refused flatly, but Marie Curie did not like to accept those pension which was awarded to her because of the death of Prairie. I am young enough to earn my living. Instead, she thought, and she said also that I am well young enough. I am quite, I can manage the situation. I am young, I can earn myself, I can look after my family myself. I am capable enough to take care of my own family. So this is what she thought and said. My living and that of my children, she said, displaying her habitual bravery, and this was her nature. As usual, she used to show her nature of bravery. In this situation also, she denied to take such pension from the government by saying that I am brave enough, I am capable enough, I am quite fit enough to take care of my own family members, my children, everything. So I am not here going to take any such type of pension from the government. That is what she said. The Council of the Faculty of Science unanimously decided to entrust Prairie's post at the Sorbonne to Mary. Even the Council of Faculty of Science, okay, where Prairie used to work, the university where Prairie used to work, in that particular university, the Faculty of Science, faculty means the professors, the teachers, the entire community of professors, those who were there unanimously means all jointly together took a decision, decided to entrust Prairie's post, to provide Prairie's post, to give Prairie's post to whom? To Mary. Okay, this is a kind of proposal. It was made by the faculties of the science in that particular university where Prairie used to work. Now, in Prairie's place, who was offered this opportunity? Marie Curie was offered this opportunity to go and work ahead. This was the first time that a position in French higher education had been given to a woman, and this was a kind of history for the moment. In the earlier times, no such any kind of post it was awarded to any such woman, and this was the first time that Marie Curie was the first woman to be awarded such a very higher post, a very good position for the higher education in the country of France, to be given to a woman to take that particular position. On the day of her first lecture, the amphitheater was packed and Mary walked into a storm of applause. The very first day when she was supposed to go and take her charge, okay, that particular day, on the very first day of her lecture, the amphitheater, the hall in which a kind of ceremony was held, welcome ceremony it was held, and when she walks ahead in her as usual very steady and cool, calm and steady manner, goes ahead and walks ahead in a confident manner, everybody those were present in that hall, everybody those were there to welcome her, they were all packed in that hall, or the whole hall was packed, jam-packed with the audience, okay, and Mary walked in to a storm of applause. Everybody those were present applauded Mary when she came inside the amphitheater. She inclined her head and waited for the ovation to stop. The ovation was so big, the ovation was so long and big that she waited and waited for a long time till the end of that ovation which was given to her. Okay? Then she stared straight ahead of her and said, when one considers the progress that has been made in physics in the past 10 years, one is surprised at the advance that has taken place in our ideas concerning electricity and matter. This is a kind of that proclamation that she makes in that particular moment, in that situation, when such type of big honor it was given to her for her welcome in that particular university, where she was now given such a high post in place of her husband, Marie Curie. Marie Curie had resumed the course at the precise sentence where Marie Curie had left it, and the same course and the same duty and the same charge which Marie Curie had left, the same duty and the same charge and the same whatever the responsibility was now here carried along with Marie Curie also in this particular moment after her joining here in this prestigious university in place of Marie Curie. Tears rose to the eyes and rolled down the faces there. Everybody, those who were present there at that time, at that moment, everybody's eyes were filled with tears when they heard those words which were spoken by Marie Curie for her dearest and beloved husband. Now, the personal fame of Madame Curie mounted and spread like a bursting rocket, and Sweden awarded her the Nobel Prize in Chemistry for the year 1911. In this way, the popularity of Madame Curie started to spread throughout the world. It was started to spread like those of bursting rocket, as it is mentioned here. Even Sweden awarded her the Nobel Prize in Chemistry for the year 1911. She was awarded Nobel Prize for Chemistry too in the year 1911. No other man or woman to date has ever received the prize for two different subjects. No other man or woman till this date had ever been successful received such awards for two different subjects at a time. So this was like a history created here. To the end of her life, Mary continued her work with passion and dedication. Till the end of her life too, she had never gave up. She worked wholeheartedly with full of passion, dedication and devotion to her work. This shows how far Madame Curie was really very much a very hard-working person. On Friday, 6th July 1934, the robust heart beat no more. In this way, it was the day Friday, date 6th July, and year 1934, the robust heart beat for no more. That means she breathed for the last on that particular date. Mary was buried beside Perry in the cemetery at Sioux in the presence of her family. Her dead body was also buried just nearby her husband's grave in the presence of her entire family members, friends, co-workers and students who loved her. All the people were present at that time when her dead body was buried. All the family members, her friends, her co-workers with whom she worked all the time, her dear and beloved students who loved her so much, everybody were present at the time when her dead body was buried nearby her husband's grave. So this is what we come to learn here, the entire chapter in which we have understood about Madame Curie's personal contribution, her life, her history, everything about we have understood here. In this way it comes to be the end of this particular chapter 2, children. So I am going to stop it here only for today. In my next class I will be providing you the various exercise works, at the same time question answers and all the notes. Till then, goodbye and take care.